Hello together.
Hello together. Hello Robert.
Hello Klaus.
Thank you.
Hello audience. This is Fun with Relux, episode 19, and today's topic is our product called ReluxCAD for AutoCAD. So we have a plugin into AutoCAD. This is a quite old application.
It's really old.
I've learned from Klaus that it's older than the import of DWG files in Relux Desktop.
Yes, of course. Yeah, not of course, but so we have the beginning of this project is lying, I guess, 30 years ago, and we worked together with AutoCAD as CAD application since 25 years. And yes, it is. It's quite old, but we think it is still interesting for some of you. Maybe some have forgot that this is existing, or some new users which don't have experience with this.
Yeah, it's an application which is inside AutoCAD. So you need to have an AutoCAD license, also the real AutoCAD, not just the LT version or something else. Yeah, if you have a real AutoCAD version, if you like to work, or if you're able to work in AutoCAD, or if you want to work in AutoCAD directly, then this application we want to show you today is a great option to use. You can match this Relux Desktop quite directly with Relux with AutoCAD, so you can pick the rooms directly in AutoCAD and give them to Relux Desktop, and also place luminars, place luminars, and get also results back from Relux Desktop into AutoCAD. These are interesting features, but you need at least some skills in AutoCAD. This is something for lighting designers which are used to work in AutoCAD on a daily, weekly base. And if you have skills in AutoCAD, then this application, this product we want to show you, is something great. It's quite old. That might be a bit of under the radar, because it's not so hyped in our marketing and so on, because it's an old but a good old application part. And this is makes sense to show from time to time, and to remind, okay, if you are in AutoCAD, then this makes sense. And this is also an application and product which is not for free. Relux Desktop is for free. You can use it right away. For this ReluxCAD for AutoCAD, you need to have a license. And this is also something we start to show you, how to activate this license, how to activate your AutoCAD with this license, and to get this plugin into your AutoCAD installation. This is a bit of a border you have to jump over. So you have to buy a license. It's not so expensive. We have more expensive products, but you have to have a license ordered in our shop online, for example, or contact our sales. And today we have a lot to show, to demonstrate how this works. And Klaus is the creator of this tool. That's why Klaus can demonstrate as best. And he's quite skilled in operating of this stuff.
Okay, so then I will start and presentate the plugin. Moment. So in the beginning, first, the plugin will all the time be installed when you have installed Relux Desktop on your system, but you need to activate this plugin for that it will be loaded into AutoCAD. And this can be done by clicking, when you start Relux, and you click on licenses, and there you will find our the additional plugins. And here in the outer part, you will find add-ons, and there you will find ReluxCAD for Autodesk AutoCAD. Autodesk AutoCAD, yes. Here is an additional one, which is also called a ReluxCAD for Thinline. They are more or less identical. This Thinline program is an AutoCAD OEM version here in Switzerland for electroplanning, but in general, it is the same.
And based on AutoCAD, it's the same engine.
And then when you click on ReluxCAD for AutoCAD, it will be listed. You will see your already available licenses, and here you will list it all the program, the AutoCAD version that are installed in on your system. As Robert already told, it must be a full version of AutoCAD. It comes sometimes something like architectural desktop or something like that will also be work, but not an LT version. This is limited by Autodesk that third-party extensions will not be possible in the LT version. Yeah. Then one point is important. You have to click here, you have to select here the version. Here in my case, it is already activated, but I want to show you how it works. And then after that, just click on Activate ReluxCAD. You have to do this only once. Once it is activated in AutoCAD, it will load it be the next time when you start AutoCAD automatically, yeah, until you remove it from your system. And it is also, there is also, you can, if you have AutoCAD and you don't need a license, there is a 30-day license available in the beginning. And so you can also can test your the program.
So 30 days free trial of this directly out of Windows Desktop to have a test case of this.
Oh, sorry, I have
already opened.
It's already, I've opened it twice. Okay, let's close this one and go back here. Okay, for my presentation, I have, you will use a very simple, old-fashioned CAD drawing. It is a just in 2D. It is just a flat 2D. We have no 3D information here. It's a classical drawing.
Yep. Quite typical. Yeah.
And in the first thing, if anybody of you has already seen this ReluxCAD for Revit, which is much more, because in the BIM world, in Revit, there we have all the structures we need to create rooms and element of rooms like doors, windows, and so on.
Yeah.
But here in AutoCAD, we have to redraw them or to select them to work with it. Because, for example, if we take in Revit, a door is a door. But here in AutoCAD, for example, here this everybody who takes a look to the drawing will see, okay, this is a door. But the digital information inside of the DVG just is it's an arc. By the way, here, sorry, we haven't an English version of AutoCAD installed at the moment. So, but I guess it will not too hard to follow what happens on the screen. Here, the essential thing is just also this is not here. This point. This is not a wall. If I click on it, it's just a line. Mm. And for that reason, we have to
tell AutoCAD what is a room.
We have first to, when we want to integrate with Relux, we have first to draw and tell our system what is a room and so on. And so I will show this here. After the installation, the ReluxCAD plugin will be shown here as an own ribbon in the top of the of AutoCAD, and there you will find the available commands which can now be used in our plugin. The first step we have all the time when we want to work directly with Relux is to use this project button. When we click on it, we need to create a project file, a Relux project file, which is linked to the DVG in which we are working in. Here's the important thing that we use here, a correct scaling for the drawing, so the units per meters. So we can check this inside of the drawing, because AutoCAD will only know drawing units, and by a simple clicking here to check how my drawing is, in which units is my drawing drawn, this gives me now the information that these are 900 units. So this means that this is drawing in millimeters. And here in this dialog, I can now create a new file. I will now create this new RDF file. At the moment, this is a totally empty RDF without any rooms, luminaires, or anything else. And in the next step, I will now start drawing rooms inside of this project by using the standard AutoCAD commands for drawing polylines, lines. You can use the snap as you know it from AutoCAD. And at the last point, I could choose the enter button, and then I have the possibility here to set a room name. Call it meeting 1. I can use settings from RELUX directly, or if I have when I have already rooms inside of my drawing, I can also choose the settings from there. Here I have also the chance to select if it is an interior scene or it's an exterior scene. In our example, we will use an interior scene. We can choose the room height. Here is a little bit special. We can align the scene if necessary. In our example, it is not necessary, but it will be possible from here. And also we have here the possibility to create a kind of room label, or a room label will be created, and we can here choose the height of the text. If I finalize this, we will now see that inside of the drawing, we will have here a block reference, which is representing the room later for my in my ReLux project. You will see this a little bit later. Now I will start also to create a second room here that we have. Well, not one. Let's choose this one.
And it's also possible to put in doors and windows,
yes,
for example.
This is also possible, that we can use here the drawing functionality of AutoCAD to include objects for ReLux. And here we can, here in a simple way, for example, here I will start here with a door, and then with only 2 clicks, I can directly insert here a door or windows here. Also, I will just place these 3 windows here on the left side. So, and now I'm ready. You have seen here in this dialog box, I have already here the possibility to jump directly from here into ReLux. But before we will do this, I will also show you the possibility that we have here. We can now only select and place luminaires not only in ReLux. We have also the possibility to do this directly here in AutoCAD by choosing this command. And here we will find our traditional well-known product selector, from where we can select products in the same way as you do it in ReLux Desktop. I will now, for my small example, use where is something freestanding?
Yeah, above, right on the top, freestanding.
I'm blind.
A bit more up. 2 more up.
Yeah. Okay, yes, there is one. Okay, and a freestanding luminaire. And inside here of the drawing, the luminaires will be represented by small symbols, or by 2D symbols. We will not place 3D luminaires here in these positions because we are just working in a 2D drawing, but we have the possibilities here to use symbols which are drawn by ourselves. For example, this command allows me, if an architect, for example, gives me a drawing where already symbols for luminaires are placed, I can link them directly with a real luminaire, which has a photometric and all the things, and so I can, with a simple click, I can start with have a complete luminaire layout in my drawing, and I can later run the calculation.
Yep.
Also, I have the possibility here to use symbols which are drawn by myself in lying in any ordner, in any folder, or I can use here our standard ReLux products, and well, you can modify them in the way you want them. And then we can place luminaires here manually with the commands we know from
desktop?
From AutoCAD.
Okay.
By copy, move, and so on. Everything works in the way as you know this from
Erase and so on.
We have some additional help functions. For example, this one is one to place to create a group. Up here to select this here, and I will here make a. And then, for example, I can here choose 3 luminaires which are centered between these 2 points, and then we will have here some functionality that helps me to create a luminaire layout in my drawing and so on. This is a little bit, if you're very common with AutoCAD, this would be very helpful.
In the end, it's the block, and I have just to place the block with the tools and methods I have in AutoCAD. There's a lot of ranging and array tools and all kinds of stuff. Okay.
Yes, you can also use not only our helper functions. You have also the possibility to use it directly from AutoCAD.
Okay.
But now we are on the next essential point. We are now jumping to use RELUX by selecting this command here. And I have here some more functionality, but in this example, I would just want to jump into RELUX. And now we are inside of RELUX. I will jump to my meeting room, because here we will see now that we have a standard room with the 3 windows, with the door, and also already placed the luminaires inside of it. Also interesting is here at the moment these 2 rooms are here standalone in my scene tree, but I have the possibility simply to entering here, when I entering here a floor, to merge them together. And I take a look to the floor plan, you will see that they are lying correctly according they are in the DVG file.
Yeah. So we directed the coordinates of the CAD drawing into ReLux Desktop, and if you would import the same CAD drawing into ReLux Desktop in this project, it would be fit perfectly together. So this is also an option.
And if we are drawing all the rooms from our DVG, we will have a complete floor with the correct positions inside of the things. And then we will now go to the standard process in RELUX. For example, for this room, I will simply make an EasyLux calculation. As you know it all the time, we have now the calculation. I will also use my second room just to show what later happens in things. I will simply place here one additional luminaire here in the center. It doesn't matter. It's just
it's possible to rotate the luminaire.
Yes, it has no effect. And I will also calculate this room here. Okay, then when we are finished in RELUX with all the things we're calculating and what we are doing in RELUX, then we will close RELUX, store the modifications, and then we will jump automatically back into AutoCAD. And there you will now find the luminaires in the position as we have placed them in RELUX. We have also the possibilities here now to, here in this dialog, we can here, for example, place ISO lines, or if the room is already calculated, we can place ISO lines, maybe tables. I will also do this for the second room. ISO lines and tables, and then we will find here the results inside of the DVG file directly.
Yep. All the measuring areas we have in desktop, we can connect. It's also possible to create here in AutoCAD a measuring area and put it through to desktop and back with results. Yeah.
Yes, it is also possible, not only as the way I've shown how I have drawn the doors and the windows in this dialog, we have also the possibility to include not only windows, doors, we can include also measuring surfaces, cubes, escape rooms for emergency lighting, and such things. Okay, the next important thing, or which is useful for users who are working directly in AutoCAD, is the possibility to include a parts list. And here we will have here, for example, we can here use various settings for this part list, and then finally place them here into the into our DVG with all the settings you have chosen. You will have some help functions inside of this application. For example, one is that we have the possibility, which is open happens in AutoCAD, is that we have here a symbol. This is an additional symbol, and sometimes it may happen that
did you copy and paste it, or you have multiple luminaires on the same coordinates?
Multiple luminaires on the same coordinate. So I have now two symbols directly on the same position. At the moment, the count is by 10 here. If I now refresh my parts list, we will have now 12 because they're both are double. But to find out where this now happened, for this, can you, for example, use this command to find out
duplicate symbols.
To find duplicate symbols. We can say automatically clear, and if I now refresh the symbol,
okay, so we're not correctly overlaying. I guess we have a millimeter of distance. Yeah. Look above on the top side of it.
Okay.
There's a distance, a small one. So it has to be overlay perfectly.
Okay, there is a. We should make a tolerance here for this. I have here some settings.
I'm sure there is a tolerance, but it's too
small,
too open. Yeah.
No, repeat once again. Okay. Okay, this is the showing demonstration, but it works. And that's in the live. But it works, and you will have also some other helpful functions. We have also the possibility not only to place fields, we have also the possibility to create circles, for example, here, to create circles of luminaires and groups of luminaires. And yes, these are the major functionality. Here in the settings, we have also the possibility to create a CSV export from the parts list.
Excel exports.
Yeah. And also some other helpful, useful features. Okay, and as told before, this application is mostly designed to create, to work on 2D drawings inside of AutoCAD and to the work. This is something a little bit similar, like you use DVGs as background pictures directly in RELUX. But if you prefer to work directly in AutoCAD and you have more you need more functionality to create complete and good drawings, then this will be an interesting point. And there is also one very helpful functionality which has totally nothing to do with all the points I have shown to you from now. For that, I will create a new drawing. Yeah.
The 3D features.
The 3D features, yes. So just let me close this one and create. Oh, this was not my intent. I want to.
Yeah. So We're going to create some 3D objects, and it's possible to bring 3D objects into Relux Desktop with a tool of the AutoCAD plugin. So for this, we need to have 3D objects. So for example, a simple sphere.
I will draw here a sphere with 1000 units.
Here also you have to be aware of the units. So Klaus is creating now also objects in millimeters. But of course, you can also do it in other scales.
Then we will do another one, something additional here, for such a donut or something like this. We will also change the color. So for
also colors are possible to transport into desktop.
Yes, it has a special effect, and we have now the possibility here with this command, export 3D objects. To click on it, we have here some options to how later the object will be created inside of Relux. I will now use material by object. Material means now here the color I have selected, and also sort objects by material. First, I forgot just to show for those of you who are have not so many experience with AutoCAD, well, so that we can see now here what we have instead of the. Okay, we have here now 3D objects, different to the drawing which I have shown before. And if I now go back, we have now here the possibility to select the objects, both or one. More, there's one. And here after
still one.
Okay, then this way. Okay, now 2 objects selected, and I have now the possibility to copy these into the clipboard. It makes a tessellation of this volume models. This is also an important information. This works also here with volume models, but as well with any kind of mesh, 3D mesh object inside of Relux. And after that, we can now go to Relux. Sorry, make an empty room. It is just to show you the effect, and then we can paste them, and then we have here these 2 objects inside of Relux. And you can use this, so in this case, you can very simple use AutoCAD as a kind of modeler for 3D models. You have the possibility to bring them in one after the other. At the moment, I have only one 3D object imported, and it includes both the sphere and as well as the torus, but we have also the possibility to make one after the other. Yeah. This is also possible to export them from AutoCAD in a surface-based DXF and then import it, but this is not so comfortable as in the way I have shown you by using our plugin ReluxCAD for AutoCAD.
Yes.
Okay, this
was everything we want to show you today. In short, right, with this AutoCAD functionalities.
Yes.
And now we are happy to have your questions.
Let's take a look. I hope that this was for some of you very interesting. Give me a short moment. Okay, there is a
long question.
There's a long.
Okay, the first one is quite short. How do you export the results from AutoCAD? The results are from Relux Desktop and visualized in AutoCAD. And the question is, in which direction you want to export the results of AutoCAD? You can do a plot. You can make a printout of the results from AutoCAD to something. The question is in which medium you want to transport the results of AutoCAD. And the results are from Relux Desktop, the calculation results, which are displayed in AutoCAD. It's not a direct calculation inside AutoCAD. It's just a representation of the results in AutoCAD. And this happens, what you have seen with our tool. There's always one ReLux project file in the background, in which a project file contain the room structure and the results and the luminas, and it has a constant connection to the plugin, technically spoken. Yeah. Okay.
We have here one of you have sent it here a real large question. So it is too large to handle this inside of this format. Please send us this question directly to the support@relux.ch.com. Then we can give you a detailed answer of this. This is not, it's more a support question about problems inside of RELUX to using background pictures and
view windows, refresh buttons, imported background stuff. And there's one AutoCAD issue on the last pseudo colors at the same time as the report, just like how it shows on AutoCAD. You did just know. Oh, this is not a question. This is the answer.
Okay, sorry, but please, it is very interesting. So,
yeah.
But please send us this per mail, that we can give. Okay, the next question: can we apply materials to the objects? At the moment, when you make this from AutoCAD, you can use the color index code from AutoCAD to give colors, which means a diffuse color. Later in RELUX, you have the possibility to use any material we are supporting, especially when you are working with ray tracing materials or something like that. But this is not possible that you can add this material in AutoCAD. You can only do this later inside of RELUX.
Mm-hmm. That's a nice question about AutoCAD LT. No, it's not possible to use this ReluxCAD for AutoCAD with AutoCAD LT.
This is one of the essential difference between the full version of AutoCAD and the LT version, that it is not possible to use this powerful API functionality which is available in AutoCAD full version.
Yeah. So LT no support. It's also not possible to enter in LT. Whatever we do, it's from Autodesk restricted.
A question regarding utilization profile. It is possible to add AN
1246. Yeah, 112 the spots standards into Relux profile. In general spoken, yes. In a way, we had three profiles from the spots in Relux Desktop, but we are thinking inside our company about our spots lightings functionalities, and there are plans to extend our spots lighting functionalities, including standards, and to do something more. I cannot say at the moment how much and in which direction it goes, but we will boost our spot stuff hopefully by beginning of this year. So this means we are maybe finished, maybe not by this year, and depending also on how much we want to do in spots. But it's on the list to extend spots and to put all the 1293 profiles into it. But it's not just the profiles, it's also, if we're doing the 1293, we also do all the measuring areas into Relux Desktop. This, I guess, is the more convenient part, to have all the areas with their fixed measures into it, and the profile with the values is something on the side, which is of course needs also to put in. We are aware of this. Yeah, thanks for this comment. Next one. When we import items like Archie from CID to Relux, inside Relux, the arches are made up from a few segments, and there are seams very much, but not round.
Yes. Yes.
Arches. Yeah. So it's the import of arches.
Finally, in Relux we have to segment We cannot work, for example, with a complete sphere. We must work with segments. There is
you can put more segments into it. Yeah.
Yes, but at the moment this is possible. But then you must make the tessellation inside of AutoCAD manually. There you can modify these parameters. We do the same in an automatical way. To receive, we have seen this in the sphere, for example. But inside of AutoCAD, you have the possibility to make this with much more segments. So there is a little bit a question of about.
This means you if you have an arc, you delete the arc, or you keep it and then you draw with a lot of points.
Yes, but
and then you delete
if it is really drawn in segments, it will all then it is as it is drawn. But if, for example, if you have a volume like the sphere I have shown before,
the door arc.
Yes, but this is not a 3D object. So from that, I cannot use this. I can only use meshes or volume bodies for these things. But especially for the volumes, we have the inside of AutoCAD. There is a command for tessellation, and there you can decide how fine or how rough it will be. The problem is typically if you have a large sphere, for example, with a very small hole inside of it or something like that, then it will be a little bit of problematic to find a good solution. But however, it will be possible unless if you have a concrete problem or project or object, please send it to me and I will try to find a solution for you. Any possibility to show the side plan, isolines, meter readings, pseudo colors at the same time on one page? Yeah.
In the report, in desktop or in AutoCAD? We have a multi-window feature in desktop, so you can have a lot of windows at the same time arranged. Not just 4, but technically we have an limit, which means of CID views. In a way, I guess 4 or 5 or something. And you can arrange your own view in desktop. In AutoCAD, there should be the same functionality. In AutoCAD, it's also possible to have multiple windows.
Yes, but the problem
in 3D stuff, for example.
Yeah, the problem we have typically is that we have only when we have the multiple results on the same surface, so it is I can only show one. Maybe make multiple printouts.
Yeah.
You are forced to pass the arches with polylines. Don't understand this question directly.
It's regarding the arch issue.
Yes, but
the question is maybe is it in 2D or in 3D what you're talking about? It's about walls or is it about 3D objects?
Yeah, this is different. Yeah, this is yeah, but finally it's the end. If we have really an arch in a wall, for example, so actually it is not possible to make we have to segment also a wall.
Happens it automatically? If I have a wall with an arc, it's automatically converted into a polyline?
Yes, it is. Yeah, okay. Now, sorry, Alice. Yeah. Yes, I realized now. If you have an arc, we can also. I have shown in my example just by clicking the points. If you have already a closed polyline, which can include arcs, you can simply click this polyline and use this as a contour for the room, for example. But in this case, we will segment the arc.
Is there a setting to extend the numbers of segments?
Not at the moment. It is automatically made. But if this is necessary and if this is a request, we can think about to make this to make a setting for this parameter. Okay. 2D. Okay. Then I will take a look on this if this is possible in an easy way that we can use a setting which make it more fine or more rough.
Yeah. And the question with this multiple window stuff is about the printout report. And This is a bit of complicated because at the moment we have the content, and we have an A4 format for the printout. You can adjust this to something else, but normally it's A4. And then we populate these papers with the results, with the printouts, with tables, with different kind of views and so on. And to allow to have, let's say, multiple pages on it, then we need some kind of design settings of this. I guess it's populated if you want to have just 4 of these pages in one page with simple print options, that you reduce the page size and that you arrange these pages in a PDF application to just 4 of them in one page. But I guess this is too simple. I guess you have something in mind, like to have multiple results, printouts, and tables arranged on the sheets we provide. This is something where this is technically possible, of course, but this is something where we have to tweak and to change the user interface a lot in order to make own arrangements. And we go in the direction of a layout application, which is possible, but is at the moment a bit of far away. To convert the printout section we have to a more layout Illustrator-like application. This is a lot of effort, and we have to think twice about this effort to do this. Of course, it would be nice for a lot of people, but maybe we do something more advanced, and maybe we connect something else to create different kinds of reports. So maybe the last question, because we have the time is running off.
Why RELUX doesn't have a grid calculation for calculating Claire, Claire? The RELUX Evo has. RELUX has this also. Simply, when you have to place a measuring surface, and the measuring surface allows you in the calculation options also to add a GR table. And then you will, as a result, you will get at the grid points the maximum GR value for this point. So this is quite simple. Just place a measuring surface, click on calculation, and there you can also add not only the GR, you can for interior, you can make a table for UGR or for cylindrical illuminances and all the additional stuff you can create. And there is also possibility to create GR.
Honestly, this is a way better than in the RELUX Evo. In RELUX Evo, you are limited in the range of different calculation options. But in RELUX, you have to find it. This is you need to have the calculation surface, and then not the calculation button. You need to have in the properties of this calculation surface, there's a button called calculation, and there you can do a lot of settings with a lot of interesting calculation points on the grid. You can change the grids quite intensively. There we have a rich set of options for really exotic calculation spots. And we can set a lot in this. So this is quite well. This can be done quite well in RELUX if you know the buttons and the corners. So this is something where might be some other applications are better to find it more intuitively, but the options are there. Search for it. Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Then thanks for the questions. Thanks for the discussion. Thanks for watching us. The next episode is the number 20 on the 23rd of March, so exactly one month ahead. And the topic is, this will be fun, is a grid. It's good connection to the last question. Is about grid and measuring points. So all the grid and measuring points options. Good last question. It's exactly this topic we want to stress in the next episode. And dealing with all the issues about grids and measuring areas and so on in deep lighting technology details. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
See you next time.
Looking forward to see you next time. Bye.
Bye.